Am I the a-hole here? I'm going to tell you the story. You tell me what you think. So I'm going to try and keep the story as short and sweet as possible, but I do have to lay some background. So last year, me and my girlfriend went on a vacation to Mexico at an all-inclusive resort. We enjoyed it so much that we ended up joining the vacation club. Yay! Those salespeople are really good. At any rate, part of the deal was we could get this flyback reward. So they are partnered with a company called Flyback.mx, Flyback Mexico, and you have to pay $4,000 up front. But what'll happen is they will reimburse you for up to $1,000 for your flights if you visit the properties, $1,000 per year every year for up to 10 years, right? So you put in 4, you get out 10. Right, okay, great. So 3 months later, we go back again to take our first vacation, right? And they have particular rules, right? Like you need to submit your boarding passes within 45 days. We need a receipt that you actually stayed with one of the partner properties, right? Within 45 days, if you don't submit this information, yes, you're not going to get your reward back. Okay, great, that's easy. So we submitted the information. Now, here's the thing. They are very adamant about getting their money up front. Of course they are. They're very adamant that if you don't submit your documents on time, that you're not going to get your reward. Okay, great. But what they don't outline or what they don't talk about is how long it's going to take them to fulfill that request and reimburse your money. So how much time do you think is an appropriate amount of time for you to wait to get your refund check? 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year, and this is where the story begins. So after I submitted my information, I gave them 3 months and I made my first phone call to the customer service line and I said, yeah, you know, it takes a little bit of time, blah, 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 blah. It's gonna be, I don't know, it's probably not gonna be that much longer. Okay, another 2 months go by, I call in again. And I'm nice every time, but I'm like, yo, where's this check? I wanna make sure, because part of the deal, once again, is when they send you your reimbursement check and you deposit it, you need to call them and say, I received the check. Otherwise, they won't give you your benefit for the next year too. So there's a little bit of some hoops, right? So I want to make sure I didn't miss getting my check so I don't get screwed over on the rest of the money that I should be getting over the next 10 years, okay? So I've been calling fairly consistently every couple of months, okay? Right now, it is almost Christmas, okay? My vacation was at the beginning of April. Okay, so what are we, do the math, 8 months later, I don't have any money. So I called in and I get this customer service girl, right? And I'm like, I'm never like a total dick, okay? But I am a little bit strong about it. I'm like, right, like guys, like I've been talking to you. The last agent that I talked to said, oh yeah, by the end of October. I'm like, it's November 15th, okay? I haven't heard from you. I haven't done anything. She goes, well, you need to read the terms and conditions and the rules and the regulations. I'm like, I am very much aware of what the rules and the regulations are. And I just reiterated what I said to her. I said, you guys want us to submit everything within 45 days, but you guys are not necessarily held accountable or transparent on to when you're actually going to send this money back to us. And now we're already in mid-November, 7 months later. And then she says, well, if you don't like the way that we fulfill the money and send it to you, then why did you sign the contract? Kind of like that, like snarky. And I was fucking silent for 10 seconds straight. I was like, I can't believe you just said that to me. And then what I said, very calmly, and I was like, that's a stupid thing to say. And she said, what? I said, that's a very dumb thing to say to me as the customer. And then she started getting all huffy and like, well, I'm going to end this conversation because you're being rude. I'm being rude? I'm the one that gave your company $4,000 up front for reimbursement, okay? And I'm not yelling at you. I wasn't blaming you. I wasn't attacking you because I know you just work for the company. But I'm trying to get answers and to get my money back, okay? So she tried to like backpedal and I said, listen, oh, in this position you're in, this is customer service, right? She goes, yes. And when a customer calls, you're supposed to be polite with them and then answer their questions. And if you work in customer service, you know a lot of people are angry, okay? I'm not one of these fuckers that calls and just a bitch and attack the person answering the phone. But hopefully you can help accommodate me and put me at ease. And at the very least say, I'm sorry that it's taking this long. I know it could be frustrating. I would be mad too. Let me see what I can do for you to try and help expedite this or give you some answers, right? That would be the right answer. At any rate, I had never had an interaction with a customer service agent like that. And this is where we're getting to right here, okay? So after she said that, I was just dumbfounded. And this is Plod AI. It's a voice recorder. It turns everything you say into a transcript and summarizes it. And I turned it on immediately after she said that. So then she hung up on me, right? And then I call back, she hangs up because there's only one person answering. So then I call another line and they're like, I'm like, someone in customer service just hung up on me, and I'm recording this the entire time because now I've got proof, right? The entire time it's running. I said, I just talked to somebody, she was rude to me. I need to talk to somebody in management. So they can't find somebody in management. Of course not. It takes 15 minutes to get transferred back to some girl that sounds exactly like the girl I was talking to, but she had a totally different tone in her voice this time. And I didn't even tell her that much. I said, well, you sound a lot like the last girl that I just talked to, but she was rude to me. And she didn't offer me any answers. She goes, okay, well, let me look at your account. Oh, well, you know what, Mr. Brandon, like I see here that this and this, and then she gave me so much information and answered so many questions that I didn't even ask, that leads me to believe that it was her in the first place. And of course, naturally, when I asked her what her name was the first time through, she's like, I'm just somebody who answers the phone, right? Because people don't want to be held accountable. If you don't think that you said something wrong, why wouldn't you own up to it and say, my name is Brandon? Yeah, you got a problem with it? Talk to my manager. Don't worry, all these calls are recorded. But when you F up and you don't want to be held accountable, or you start backpedaling, you're the last person who's going to give out your actual name, okay? And I always give out my name when somebody asks, like, who are you? I'm Brandon. Yeah, you got a problem with it? My boss is over there. Let me know. We'll take care of it, because I stand behind the way that I treat people and talk to them when it comes to customer service related positions, okay? Having said that, I will never be calling them again without this on record, okay? So that way, when somebody says something and they say, I didn't say that, it's all right here. So if you want to learn more about this, you can check it out down below. But am I the a-hole? Am I wrong for expecting some simple answers, or at least a little bit of empathy, when your company has taken 8 months and I still haven't got my money back? Flyback MX, what's up?